U.S. stocks have dominated for many years now, but valuation gaps between the U.S. and international markets remain wide. Is now the moment that investors should revisit global diversification through strategies?
We absolutely think it is. Many investors are beginning to revisit the international diversification precisely because of the valuation gap between the U.S. and non-U.S. equities. It remains historically wide, and for that reason, it's very attractive. Now, I do want to be very clear that our call is not the case that U.S. stocks are quote unquote bad, but that international equities still trade meaningfully discounts, which obviously, when you're looking about portfolio construction, the potential for risk-reward trade-off for a diversified portfolio could be very, very beneficial. And we think here at AAM, that backdrop creates a very strong case for investors to be selective in their international exposure through active strategies, such as the ETF that you mentioned, the AAM TOD International Intrinsic Value ETF, ticker TIIV, which focuses on intrinsic value and quality-oriented global businesses rather than, broad-based mega cap weighted international indices. And that's really where the team at TOD, strives. Their unique intrinsic value approach really attempts to solve for that by blending the best of traditional stock disciplines, right? We're thinking about valuation discipline, we're talking about fundamental discipline and market recognition. So, as it pertains to TIIV and TOD's positioning at the moment, these are some of the areas that they're looking at. They're looking at Japan, they're looking at Europe, because there's a lot of areas of the market that are still trading at sizable discounts, which we think are very, very attractive. So again, to summarize, we're not making the argument that, global diversification today is less about calling the top of U.S. equities, but more about improving the portfolio balance and expanding the opportunity set when we're starting to look at, a well-balanced ETF portfolio allocation that's diversified both domestically and internationally as well. So TIIV is certainly a product that we think should stack up well when investors are looking for international equity active exposure.